Hey guys, welcome to MNMM IELTS. Today's video is about a few points that I want to share you that you should definitely go through if you wish to get your desired score in IELTS. They are the must do things for you. So I would encourage you to take notes of the points that I'm going to share because sometimes these points they look very small, but their importance is great. So it is highly encouraged that not only you take notes of these points, but you understand them well and you implement them at the same time. Let's see what those points are. The reason I want to share these points is because I've seen a lot of students in several different exams that I've taught and I've gone through that the reason they don't get their score is not because they might have not prepared or something else, but it's because they are scared. Somebody has scared them. The reason is they don't believe in themselves. That's my first point. Believe in yourself. Just because someone you know had a bad experience, or you feel that you might have not studied from an English medium school, maybe, let's take an example, or even if you have studied from an English medium school, you think your English is not that good, people who have better English than you, even they couldn't get this score. How will you get this score? I don't have a very good English. I was not born in a country where you speak English, etc. etc. That doesn't matter. Just because somebody else did not have a good experience and they are sharing their experience with you, that should not be the reason that you get scared and you stop preparing or working hard or aiming for your desired score or giving the exam for that matter. I have seen people book the exam and not give because somebody scared them saying it's a very difficult exam. So I'm not asking you not to listen to anyone or not to listen to what's going around you. You can listen to everyone, but there is no need to pay attention to every detail that they are sharing. Talk to your teacher. If you are taking coaching, talk to them and ask them if there is anything wrong with you rather than asking your friends, or just because somebody has given the exam and they, even if they have got their desired score, that does not make them a teacher. There is a difference between a student who's got their desired score or has not got a desired score because of XYZ experience and a teacher. You need to rely on a teacher's opinion, not opinions from your friends, families, and relatives, not opinions on what they feel, rather opinions on of what your teacher feels, or if you're using some material, what they have to share regarding your performance. So believe in their feedback and yourself, not on anyone else. The next thing I want to share is practice all the modules, which means you're listening, you're speaking, you're writing, you're reading, and do not underestimate any question type. What I'm trying to say over here is a lot of students, yes, I understand that a lot of students struggle in writing section. So you might be practicing writing a little more. Sometimes students struggle in reading section, so they might be practicing reading more. Similarly, speaking. A lot of times I've seen students, they don't practice listening at all because they think listening is a very easy section. I can easily get my scores. Let's just focus on the other sections. Let's only focus on writing, or let's only focus practice speaking. Don't do that mistake. You still need to understand that if you have a requirement, band requirement, you still need to get your score in listening. Yes, if you're giving 4 hours to writing, you may give only 2 hours to listening. I'm not asking you to give listening 4 hours if you're giving 4 hours to writing, but not practicing listening at all just because you think it is easy is not good. Because if something is easy, I would rather practice it regularly and make sure that I get a 9 band so that I can get some push in my overall band score. So why not utilize our strength and use it in the best possible way so that it can help me in getting a high overall band score. So I encourage you to give equal importance to all 4 sections. Practice listening at as well. Even if you feel while practicing that you're getting all correct answers, that's totally fine. Do not stop practicing. Keep practicing consistently. If you feel you're doing great, you can reduce the number of hours or minutes for your listening practice, but don't stop it at all. The next thing I want to share is creating your own vocabulary list and revising it regularly, going through that list time and again. What do I mean when I say creating your own vocabulary list? When you're practicing for your IELTS test, when you're practicing for your speaking or your writing, anything, maybe you've come across a reading passage and you like a word and you wish to use it in your writing or speak it in your speaking section. Just note down that word, write down the meaning of that word so that you don't forget it. If you speak any other language, write down the meaning of that word in that language so that you can always remember that word. So I would encourage you to make a notebook or a list, or you, if you're using a computer, just one page, one place where you've only written vocabulary, and whenever you feel bored or you're tired of practicing because you feel that you've practiced enough, just sit and go through the list of vocabulary that you create and that you've created, and you write vocabulary words every day. What you can do is, whenever you practice and come across words that you like, you feel they are uncommon, you wish to use them in your speaking or in your writing or anywhere in your IELTS test, write it down then and there. Write down the meaning of that word along with that word. If you speak any other language than English, write down the meaning of that word in that language so that it stays in your memory forever. If not forever, at least till your IELTS test. This helps a lot, creating your own vocabulary list and revising it consistently. And also when you, like let's say for example, your exam is on 3rd of Jan. What I would encourage is, 1 week before the exam, make sure that you revise the entire list that you have created thoroughly so that your brain can come across those words again. You can use those words in your speaking and writing wherever necessary. Next thing I always share with all my students, and that is practice hard but with a study plan. That is why I've written study plan in bold and capital. Study plan, that is the key word here. Practice hard. Practicing hard, a lot of students practice hard, but study plan, it's like a GPS. Okay, so let's say you're traveling, you're going to a destination, you're driving for that matter. Okay, so driving here is practicing working hard, you're doing it. But if you have a GPS, if you have a roadmap to reach to your destination, you will reach to your destination in the shortest possible time, efficiently, without making any errors, without wasting your time, without wasting your energy, without going here and there, and without relying on anyone else. So over here, GPS means study plan. You should have a study plan in place. If you are taking coaching from somewhere, or if somebody is helping you, ask that person, I need a study plan, give me a study plan, or create a study plan for yourself. If you're a morning person, study hard in morning. If you're a night person, study hard at night. Figure out when is your energy at its peak. Which section are you struggling in? If you're struggling in writing, and if you're a morning person, then I would do writing in morning, because during morning time my energy is at my peak, and I can utilize that energy to prepare something I'm not good at. The section you are good at, let's say listening, okay, and by the time it is night, you're all tired, you feel lazy, then at night you should be doing listening, because you anyways don't have a lot of energy to give, and then listening is something you're very confident with, or very comfortable with. Do it at night. So this strategy is very important. Divide your day. Don't practice all 4 modules every day. Maybe 2 a day. If you're doing listening and writing today, do speaking and reading tomorrow. Alternate days, 7 days a week, 4 days let's say you do speaking and reading, 3 days you do listening and writing. Don't, from morning to evening, don't just sit and practice every single questions, because that is overloading of information in your brain, and your brain will not be able to take it for a long time. You should have a study plan in place day by day. When you are preparing for your exam seriously and you wake up in the morning, you should exactly know that today 2 hours I have to do listening, 3 hours I have to do writing, 5 hours I have to study. When you finish that task, put a tick on it. If you are not old school and you don't use your calendars, as in your diaries and pens, use your digital world, use your computer, laptop. If it's done, highlight it with some color. You should have that sense of accomplishment that yes, I had a study plan in place, I've completed it, and I've highlighted it. That's when you achieve your goal and your desired score. Don't just randomly get up, today I feel like doing writing, let's do writing. That is not the way to achieve your goal. Last and certainly not the least, the point that I want to share is give mock exams and take feedback. If possible, give 3 to 4 or maybe 5 mock exams before your real exam, so that when you are actually appearing for your real test, you are so confident, you're so familiar with the exam pattern that there is no surprise element whatsoever while giving the test, and you're mentally prepared that okay, this is how IELTS exam is, this is how my attitude should be, this is how I need to study, this is how I need to give exam, time frame, time management skills, the pressure. You will need to familiarize yourself with every bit of it, because if you don't give a couple of mock tests and you straight away go and appear for your exam, it's like you may not be able to understand a few things. There can be some surprise elements for you for which you're not ready, and then you may not be able to perform the way you might have practiced. So at least give a couple of mock tests, and every time you give a mock test, get it checked by a teacher. Ask them if they can check it for you and give you feedback. Ask your teacher or the person who is guiding you for this test, what do you think? Am I ready to give test? My desired score is so and so. What do you think on the basis of my performance? Am I ready? If they say yes, you look ready, that's when you should go and appear for the test, because the test not only is time consuming, energy consuming, but also money consuming. So you have to make a fair decision, understand if you're ready, and then appear for the test so that you can get your desired score in the first attempt and you don't have to give multiple attempts, which is not only disappointing, but there might come a time when you'll be like, I give up because I'm not getting my desired score. You're not getting your desired score not because your English is not good or whatever reason. Maybe you're not following the correct approach. You have to follow these points. If you follow these points, I'm sure you'll get a great help in your IELTS test. If you have any queries, any concerns, questions that is bothering you regarding IELTS, feel free to put that in the comment section below, and we are more than happy to address those concerns, and we'll make more and more videos for you guys. Bye for now.